What's going on, guys? So today you're gonna follow along with a workout that is basically for back to sport. This is something I've been working on for the past 4 to 6 weeks. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna integrate a lot of the movements that I do with my athletes, with my MMA fighters, to enhance quality of strength, stability, movement control, and then from me, myself, get my legs back in order, work on some things that need to be done from a locomotive or a gait perspective. So just follow along, let's do this. All right, so right now I'm gonna work my way up. I've been doing progressions on sets and a little bit of weight. So intensity has gone up a slight bit and the overall volume has gone up. We're trying to accumulate as much volume as possible. So last week I did 6 sets of 5 reps at 450. This week I'm gonna try to increase the sets by at least 2. So try to get 8 sets of 450 with 5 reps. All right, so now that I said it, I gotta do it. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna go 455. Still gonna try to get the same amount of sets, but we're also gonna increase the weight. I'm feeling pretty good today. Again, the goal is to get volume, right? Not too worried about so much pausing at the bottom. I just want to get the reps. So for the most part, it's all about staying tight. As long as you can stay tight off the ground, you can go ahead and touch and go. The reason why a lot of people don't is because if they can't stay tight, then it's better to stabilize and then go again. But since I can maintain position, maintain my stability and my brace, I can go ahead and do the touch and go. Guys, so this is the last set. So essentially we're doing 45 reps with 455, right? So last set, I'm gonna make it the best set. The problem here is that the only issues that you really run into is not just physical fatigue, but also mental fatigue because of the amount of sets that you're doing. So again, it's the same movement over and over again. You gotta stay mentally there. All right, so now what I'm doing here is it's kind of like a hook lying shoulder press with the dumbbell. What I am doing is using the roller to stabilize my hips. You guys probably see me do this before, especially if you follow my Instagram. But what I'm trying to do is to disassociate the hips from, or the pelvis from the sternum, And what I wanna make sure that I'm doing is I'm not getting overextended when I go to press. So I'm locking my rib cage down, and then I'm getting a little bit of lateral flexion. It's gonna mimic somewhat of a gait pattern. Is when I go to press, I'm extending and compressing, or I should say expanding and compressing on one side. Similar to when you run, you're expanded and compressed throughout locomotion. So what I'm doing here again is I'm making sure that I stabilize my pelvis with the roller here, using my adductor to squeeze the roller, and then I'm gonna go expansion compression strategy to one, also work on hypertrophy of the shoulder, tricep, also stabilize my posture and stabilize my body while I go to press out against load. All right guys, so now I'm going into a split stance dumbbell row. I'm using the wall as a reference to stabilize my pelvis, working through reciprocation, rowing and protracting the shoulder. Again, we're also working on the back there for hypertrophy, but we're also working on rotation too as well through the upper thoracic. So check it out. So we're gonna finish off with some anti-rotation, and then also we're gonna do some hip shifts to work on adduction of the hips and also glute med. What I wanna do is I wanna make sure when I'm going to rotate to one side, I'm maintaining internal rotation on the flexed hip, and then I'm maintaining external rotation on the extended hip. So watch out. And then also, before we do that though, we're gonna go ahead and do some kettlebell pull-throughs for anti-rotation. So we're working the multifidi, we're working the obliques, working transverse abdominals. So let's get after it. All right guys, so that's a wrap. Okay, so you went through the entire session. We did our low-level plyometrics, went into some jumps with the box jumps, came into the weight room, finished off with some overall volume with the trap bar deadlift, keeping things simple. You know, for the most part, I'm still getting back to full sport play. I'm about 18 weeks out from surgery, full ACL rupture, and some meniscus tear. So with the 18 weeks, I'm making great progress, you know, less than 5 months, and feeling good, feeling strong still. You know, the only thing that I would say is a little bit of tenderness in the knee, but that's to be expected. Did some accessory work for just alignment, rotation, stability. And this is gonna be something that we would do, especially the accessory work. That's what we do a lot with the MMA guys, even the boxers too as well, to incorporate a lot of rotation and locomotion, some gait training, just with reciprocation and upper body rotation. Then core stability is obviously gonna be key, because if we can stabilize the trunk, if we can maximize the strength in rotation or anti-rotation, it's gonna allow for rotation to be more of a force to be reckoned with. So what we wanna do is we wanna work and stimulate those muscles that allow for rotation to occur. We're gonna maximize the strength and motor unit recruitment with those muscles. And then from there, once they develop that ability to be strong there, again, they're gonna do what they do, which is throw punches and throw punches with force. So that's what we did. You know, again, as constant progressions always. So never stop, never settle, and we'll keep this thing going. Listen, if you want to find out more about this stuff, go ahead, check out my mentorship program. It's a full program where you can find out all of my methods, all of my protocols, the systems that I use, the principles that I go about working with all of my athletes here, along with my assistant coaches and interns. If you're interested in doing an internship with me, again, check it out in my website. You can go ahead and sign up there. You'll get on the waiting list to come check us out here in sunny South Florida. Make sure you subscribe, hit the notification, hit the like button. I know you're gonna like this video. See you again next time. Peace.